Hey friends, we're on a little outing here, and I thought we'd record some of the scenery of western Minnesota for you. So we have just left Chicago. We're on our way to a cross street I'm not sure I'll be able to find. We've done this before, but it's a little bit, it just gets into this nondescript western farming country. Anyway, so we are looking for a cross street that will take us to an old barn. It's a kind of different barn. There's lots of old falling down barns all over the place right here, but this is a barn that was built by a guy named Frank Schott in 1923. Schott was a German immigrant who came to the United States illegally on a fake passport in 1907. He was university trained in architecture and engineering, of all things. But he came over here and he got a plot of land out here in western Minnesota, in the middle of nowhere, basically. And built a little dairy farm out there. And as you might expect, you can see, and around here there's various farms and barns and silos and things all over the place. So he built his little dairy farm. He had a nice little barn there, and apparently it got destroyed in a storm. So anyway, we get pretty ferocious storms out here that can knock down buildings and blow over trees, and sometimes we get tornadoes and all that sort of thing. So he decided to build himself a new barn, and he took advantage of his education. He was apparently a really smart guy who knew how to build cement and concrete and all this kind of good stuff. He had a sideline as the guy you go to if you need to construct a basement or whatever, I guess. And so he built this barn that's not just a barn, but is also a site to show off his abilities. Now, like I said, I'm not sure exactly where I'm turning off here, so I'm keeping my eye on the road. Let's see, what are some of these numbers on here? So, if you're worried, what am I doing here? Well, there we are, 640th. I think it's going to be the next one up. If you're worried about what I'm doing here, driving and talking and filming, my wife is the camera woman for the trip, so she's holding the camera and taking care of all that. Okay, I think it might be the next cross street. We're about 30 minutes, about 20 miles away from Morris, Minnesota. So it's not that far. But let's see if we can find the silly place. Anyway, so he built this very fancy barn. We're going to go check it out. We'll see if there are any spiders in it, that sort of thing. It was used as a barn for a dairy farm for many years. He started building it in 1923, and then the family sort of gave up on farming around 1970. And after that, the wooden parts of the barn started to fall apart. So the roof caved in, but the main structure is still there. It's really kind of impressive. So let's see if I can find it. It is not a marked landmark. There's no big signs to the Frank Schott Old Stone Barn. So we have to explore a little bit. Let's see what we got coming up here. So I'm just looking for numbered cross streets. So we just passed, what was it, 660? 640? Something. Okay, what is this? I don't think this is it. No, this is not it. 660th here. Could that be it? Let's take a detour. Drive down here and see what we see. Alright, one of the things about moving out here is this has got a really low population density. You might be able to see a farm off to the right there. But mostly it's just field after field of corn everywhere. With these little connecting roads. So it's crisscrossed with these roads. And there's not much you can see on them. And as you can tell from the noise, this is a gravel road. And that's pretty typical too. Okay. I remember it's a ways down one of these side roads. So we'll have to see if this is the right one. I may have picked the wrong street. If I haven't, though, when we get closer, it's kind of unmissable, this gigantic stone barn looming out in the distance. Now here's the other thing about coming out here. I thought hey, maybe I should stop and check my phone and see if this is the right route. But there's no cell phone reception out here. All right, we took a little detour, but I think we're on the right track now. We're on 640th, not 660th, and we're cruising down here. And there's a large building up there on the left side of the road. I think that might be it. So let's find out. It's a little bit of an epic journey to get here through nothing but farmland. Farms, farms, farms everywhere. But it's okay. This is worth it. It's an unusual barn. You don't see barns like this around most places. Yeah, that's definitely it. Definitely looks abandoned. And as you can see, the roof is gone. Okay, so here we are. Nice little grassy field. There's this outbuilding. I think this was the chicken coop. Yeah, even the chickens had a fancy building to live in. And there's the barn itself. It's kind of impressive. Even if it is roofless now. So we're gonna go inside and take a look, but first I have to go get my camera in case there are spiders, because that's our secondary mission, to find spiders here. So let's try going into this place. I think the door's around the side. One of the nice things about being a little remote is you'll notice it's not covered with graffiti. Okay, but take a look at that construction. Oh, this building's going nowhere. If there's this tornado coming, I'm going to hide in here. Lots of bird droppings, though. Oh, that's the wind blowing the sheet metal covering over what was a window. Makes it sound a little creepy. Oh wait, I see a spider web. Okay, cobweb, no spider. And some very anxious birds. There we go. Okay. Little birdies sitting in the nest. There's more, you say? There's birds all over in here. Okay. Okay, we're finding swallows all over here. Look at those baby swallows. There's nests all over the place. But I'm not seeing much in the way of spiders. It's not a great place for spiders, which is actually, I guess, not unsurprising, because what you'd think a spider would like is something a little more organic with insects all over the place. And this is dead stone and metal and creepy noises. I haven't seen the trouble. I haven't seen the spider. Yeah, this is kind of a spider desert. So here we are in a little windowsill. Never mind the banging sheet metal. And here we think there is a spider. I'll have to get a close-up of that. Okay, we're wandering around in this impressively solid building. I thought maybe we'd go upstairs. Oh, look at all the swallows everywhere. This is more a home for swallows than spiders, I'm sorry to say. They are very excitable. Oh, there's a dead one. No. Okay, there are stone stairs going up. So maybe we'll go upstairs and see if there's anything there. Uh, Pretty steep stairs. And the new building is not going anywhere. Like the pyramids of Egypt is just rock solid everywhere. Apparently, like the pyramids of Egypt, it needed aliens to come down and help it build it. No, that's not true. Don't believe me. And again, one of the impressive things is it's not marred with graffiti all over the place. Good work, Frank Schott. Okay, the roof is a little dangerous because, all right, there are perforations, intentional holes cut through the floor, and we do not want to fall through those. Let's just take a look down one. You could probably hurt yourself there. Okay, here is Frank Schott's domain. Yeah, there's pipes sticking out of the floor too. I read somewhere that this was the milking area. I do not understand how you would get a cow to come up here, but okay. All right, Western Minnesota, that's what it is. Kind of flat and green. There's a little pond out there, some dead trees, and in the distance, there is some farmhouse. Be in the camera, so I better change that. I can't believe this was a milking area. This is like a storage area. I bet you there were bales of hay up here. Nothing all around but wind. And no spiders. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, you can see spider webs in places. There's a little pile of cobwebs right in here. I'm sure there's a spider hiding in those crevices somewhere out of the heat of the day. But no, I don't see anybody. Okay, let's go back downstairs. A lot of work to go to for some cows. But if that's your livelihood, okay. Anyway, look at these walls. Those walls are not going anywhere. Good rock solid construction, and the roof, it's really solid up there too. It's too bad the wooden part collapsed 10 years ago. But the rest of it's going nowhere. Otherwise, it's a great shelter for barn swallows. So that's what we got here. Oh, Mary's telling me there's something I'm supposed to look at. Oh, what is it?
There's in the last nest, there's some babies.
Oh, more babies. Okay. It's nice how they've spaced themselves out along this wall. Oh, these barn swallow nests. If there are barn swallows, there should be lots of bugs that would be feeding lots of spiders, but maybe they'd rather live in the grass than in the cold stone barn. Well, that was it. That was fun. We didn't see what we really wanted to see. There were no spiders. Well, a few, but hardly any. So that was disappointing. But we should have expected that. Big stone buildings, big empty stone buildings aren't great for that. But we saw some impressive architecture. That building is now almost 100 years old. I guess it'll be 100 years old next year. At least from the start of construction. So that's kind of impressive. It's holding up really well. We'll come back and check it again some other time and see how things are going. One thing, there is a lot of long grass and thistles here, so maybe later we'll just have to get out and crawl around the grass to see if there are any spiders there. Otherwise, that's it. Enjoy the scenery. There's good old western Minnesota farmland all around us. And we will talk to you all later. Thanks for stopping by.